Welcome back to The Real Story. Just a few moments ago, we spoke to Ben Ginsberg about moves to overhaul the Republican presidential debates. Well, joining me now in Washington, Fox News digital politics editor Chris Stirewalt. He's also the author of Fox News First. So, Chris, did you hear that interview? Did you feel that the RNC has been pushed away a little bit, or what was your take on it?
I think that there was a broad overstatement, a broad misconception that somehow the RNC was orchestrating these debates when that was never the case. I have no idea what other news organizations do, but I can only say that in our case, the RNC, its role relates to the candidates. They can punish candidates for not or for participating in debates that are not sanctioned, that the RNC has said, no, don't do that debate. If somebody does one of them, they can punish them at the convention. But in our case, they've never had any control over what we would do. We would never allow that. We do our debates. We do the best debates. We always do the best debates because that's what we do. We take it seriously, and there's right. No change for our part.
But I guess what was interesting to me was that after the last debate, Reince Priebus, the chair of the RNC, said that he had laid out the guidelines that they were supposed to ask about business questions in that particular debate. And so does that happen?
For us, of course not. I have no idea what CNBC would do. I can't imagine they would surrender control of their editorial process to somebody else. The cause of that disaster of a debate that CNBC did, I do not know, and I cannot tell you, and I don't know what arrangement they had. But now we are going back. We are going to the natural place. We are going to the place where in previous cycles we have been, where everybody has been, which is we put on debates. We invite candidates to attend. They will either attend or they will not attend, and we will be part of a iterative, collaborative, not collaborative, but certainly open process with these campaigns, talking about what kind of debate we're going to have, and then we come to conclusion, and then we have a great debate, everybody watches, and we help pick a president.
Okay. All right. I'm going to look forward to that. Now, let's get on to the, you make it sound spectacular, and I know it will be, the next one on FBN. Okay, let's go now to the power index that you do for us every Monday. So this week, you have no change in the top three. Ted Cruz in the number one slot, followed by Marco Rubio and then Ben Carlson. Then we move down to Carly Fiorina and Donald Trump, holding steady at 4 and 5. But Christie moving up 2 spots to number 6. Why?
Because Jeb Bush, his campaign caught fire and sank to the bottom of the ocean. I don't know whether he will be able to float it again, but the terrible debate following weeks of an embittered, negative kind of campaign has Jeb Bush at a point where I don't know that he can get to the nomination. I doubt that he can get to the nomination from here.
Well, that's fascinating, Chris, because you had him number 1 in this power index from almost the beginning until relatively recently.
For a Coons age, until September, he was number 1 because it was the chalk. He had the money. He had the organization. He was, by dint of just the enormity of his establishment backing, that he was going to dun his party into submission. Well, he has failed in the execution. He's trying for a reboot to get to some sort of hopeful, some sort of optimistic something. Yep. But I'm afraid Marco Rubio stole his lunch, and I don't know he's going to get it back.
All right. We'll see you again next week. Thanks much, Chris.
You bet.